For the last year, I have been writing and posting about my experiences with eating disorders and depression, and that has been amazing because I know it's helped some people that are dealing with those same issues. But recently, it has started to feel a little bit strange for me to be doing that under the heading of Iris McAlpin. Even though that is my name, what I'm up to is not about me at all. It's about creating a world where every human being is valued and people place more importance on the quality of their life than looking good for everyone else. See, right now we live in a world where competing to be hotter than, have a nicer car than, or even appear happier than the person next to us is what drives a lot of our behavior. And the result is that there are a lot of people walking among us that are desperately hurting and yet pretending to be fine because it doesn't look good to be struggling. I was one of them for a long time because I was conditioned to think that vulnerability was weakness, that being a good person and certainly being a humanitarian meant putting everyone else first, and that taking the time to heal and become a genuinely happy and fulfilled person was selfish. And yet in a world full of selves, self-care is not selfish. I'm even going to go as far as to say that self-care is a humanitarian act because as each person heals, we are one step closer to becoming a world that works for everyone. We don't live in a vacuum. What affects one of us affects all of us. And when we're willing to do the work it takes to become our best selves, we become the rising tide that raises all the ships. Now, I know I'm not the only person that thinks this way, and that's great because I certainly can't make these shifts by myself. But I believe that if we don't radically shift our priorities, the human condition of suffering and greed will continue. Putting competition, appearances, and individual survival first keeps us separate. Putting healing and vulnerability first brings us together. And for those of you who are willing to join me in this pursuit, we are the new humanitarians.